Okay, now I understand that there's going to be a chance for citizens to be able to talk with you. You've got a couple of meetings coming up real soon.
Absolutely. We have these survey results will be coming out. We'll be talking about those tomorrow night right here at the Visitors Information Center. We have a meeting at 6 p.m. Love to see everyone there, but if 6 p.m. doesn't work for you and you find that 2 p.m. does work better, then we'll see you at the Navarre Library at 2 p.m. That's this Thursday. So that'll make 3 different opportunities where we've had a morning meeting, we've had an evening meeting, and then we've had a 2 p.m. in the afternoon, right after lunch type of meeting.
There you go.
So hopefully that gives folks a little bit more of an opportunity to have their voice heard and come out and ask questions, review the survey results. And we're going to start doing that pretty regularly. When we get past the legislative session in April, I feel it'll be important that we start having regular community-based meetings.
Okay.
And we'll be offering those here at the Visitors Information Center. And then, as promised from the campaign, I plan on going around to all the districts and having meetings there. You know, if being asked to make decisions on issues that could impact Gulf Breeze in District 5, then how better for me to find out how those folks are going to be impacted than to go there and listen to them in their district. So I encourage other commissioners to come to District 4 to listen to the concerns and the interests and the wonderful feedback that the folks here in District 4 give. And I hope that the other commissioners are going to be encouraged when I give them a call and ask them if I can come to their district to kind of listen to their constituents as well. I mean, we're elected at large. I feel that we should serve at large.
Yeah, and it's to the benefit of everybody for all you guys to be working together also, because we're all one big family, even though we live in Navarre and you have people living in Milton and Pace. I mean, we all have the same basic concerns.
Yeah, well, and it also helps with, once again, that communication piece. A lot of times I heard throughout the campaign when folks may be asking, Rob, why can't we have some of the parks that they have in Milton? And thinking that our tax dollars here were being spent in Milton, only to find out that Milton is a city and that the tax dollars here are not going to pay for the parks within the city of Milton, that actually they pay an additional millage rate, and that's where those enhanced park and recreation opportunities are coming from. So a lot of it is just trying to communicate with folks to where we can get fact-based information out to them, we can be accessible, and I feel approachable, and that we're always trying to listen to those that we're serving.
I just want to make something clear here. Milton does pay a little bit higher taxes because they are a city, or do they pay the same as we do down here in Navarre?
No, and they absolutely pay more.
Okay.
You know, you have the incorporated areas of the town of Jay, the city of Milton, and the city of Gulf Breeze. And all of those cities, those municipalities, they pay ad valorem taxes based on the assessed value of their property. In addition to that, they pay an additional millage to live within that defined city boundary.
Right.
And if they believe there's a perceived benefit for them to live within the city of Gulf Breeze, then they're saying they're fine with paying those additional taxes.
Right.
But here in Navarre, we're an unincorporated area. So we don't have that extra layer of taxes.
Right.
So we have to get done the improvements that folks want to see without that extra layer of taxes.
Yeah. That makes sense. Now I'm going to ask you about bringing in new restaurants and new businesses down into this area. What's your thoughts and ideas about that? Because I know a lot of people say that we need more here in Navarre.
Well, I think managed growth is important, but not just growth for growth's sake or becoming some commercialized, similar to a Destin type of an environment. And I think it'd be difficult for Navarre to become another Destin, quite frankly, just because of the limited amount of land that we have available for that to happen. But one thing that folks did tell me they wanted for sure was additional restaurants and additional retail opportunities. So I started looking at what are the objections, what are the obstacles that are keeping those additional opportunities from coming here. And one of the things we heard was the lack of incentives, the high water tap fees from Holly Navarre Water could be one of the reasons for it. And then the other thing that we heard is the lack of fairness between the tourist district that is on the beach and the tourist district that is in the rest of the county. And I'm speaking specifically of the consumption laws. In South Santa Rosa County, we have what's called a tourism district. And a tourism district in Navarre Beach allows for alcohol consumption at a different times than it does on the mainland. So one of the ideas that we've been talking about bringing forward is threefold to help bring additional retail and to help bring additional restaurants to the area. And that would be expanding that tourist district to, number one, have additional incentives offered by Santa Rosa County. Number two, we would expand the alcohol consumption ordinance to have the same policy on the mainland as you do on the beach, specifically the areas along Highway 98 and Highway 87, to where if somebody's having a New Year's Eve party at Hellenbach or at East River or one of the restaurants here along Highway 98, they won't have to kick folks out at midnight. You know, it'll be the same rules that will apply. And to me, that's very important, is when you start talking about the role of government, it's supposed to be to provide a level playing field to where businesses will have an opportunity to be successful. And instead of picking winners and losers, and right now, you know, as Navarre has continued to grow and as our tourism outreach has continued to grow, I feel that we're not providing that level playing field. And one way we could do that would be to have a consistent alcohol consumption ordinance for Navarre Beach as well as the areas along Highway 98 and Highway 87. Once again, this is just commentary I've received from businesses and owners here along Highway 98. And I tell you, if you were to ask East River if they're a tourism-based business, they would tell you 100% they are. So they should be treated the same.
Yeah.
And it would just eliminate one of those obstacles and perhaps pave the way for some additional restaurants to come here to Navarre and to the Navarre-Holly area. So that's one of the things we're looking at. And then finally, you know, to put out a challenge to the folks at the Holly Navarre water system and just ask them if they would look at reducing the water impact tap fees for new restaurants within that expanded tourism district. It doesn't have to be for their entire service area, but let's, for a 3-year time period, let's look at reducing those fees by 20–25%.
And then see, you know,
let's see if it truly is an obstacle. Right. Because right now the perception battle that we have down here is that the tap fees are too high and that they don't want new development. I don't believe that. Yeah. I mean, Holly Navarre Water, if they want to bring in more customers, if they want to bring in more revenue for their members, they're going to want to have additional commercial-based businesses. So there's only one way for us to find out. So I've been in talks with a few of the board members there, and I think that there's some pretty level-headed guys, and I'm hopeful that we'll have some positive outcomes from that.
All right. You got anything else to add here?
I think that's more than enough for this go-around, but hopefully the folks won't fall asleep while watching this. But
no, I don't think they will, because I think that everything that we've talked about today is really important. It's the same type of questions and things people are asking on Facebook. They're asking me, they call me, they write me, and all that stuff. Same as you, I'm sure.
I would say this: if you want to call me, 529-2525. 529-2525. That is my county cell phone. It comes right to me, and I'd love to hear from you. You can send me an email at robwilliamson@santarosa.fl.gov, and I'm here in Navarre, so if you ever need to get a appointment with me to talk about something specific, a project that you have coming up or something specific to District 4, please give me a call or send me an email. Obviously, just hanging out to talk probably wouldn't be the most productive use of my time. So if it's just to hang out and talk, then we'll see you at one of the community-based meetings. But if you've got a specific project you're looking to bring online, or you have an idea that you think would make our community better, give me a call and let's talk about it.
Okay, and you could also catch Rob at the store. What time do you grocery shopping at?
I'm not answering that question.
Listen, thank you very much for being on our show. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us and talk about your first 100 days and answer all my questions. And this is a real privilege for us, and we'll see you again in 3 months.
Thanks. Bye-bye.